What's good, Council and Comics? Time for Film and Box Office News Podcast. Olympus Has Fallen. Back in 30 seconds.
What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live Podcast, episode number 77. Papa Wheelie's in the house, and oh my goodness, sir, Olympus has fallen.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone, a superhuman, who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
What is good, Council of Comics? Thank you for tuning in to the Film and Box Office News Live Podcast, episode number 77 on this here fine, beautiful day where we are, March 3rd, 2024. It's a beautiful day out. If you're going outside, get a walk in, go get some nature in you. It's very, very nice out there. Shout out to everybody out there. Make sure you like and subscribe. And of course, our wonderful council with us as always, Phil, Cliff, Green Shirt Guy, and Papa Willie. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
What's going on?
How are you?
How's everybody's Sunday going?
It's going
Great. I got outside.
I did not go outside today.
It's beautiful outside.
Yeah,
like a wow beautiful. Hope that maybe cold weather will come back because it's only March, and the Ides of March always go horribly when it comes to weather, especially around this area. So your homework, we're going to talk about this at the end of the show, was Olympus Has Fallen. That is Phil's trilogy this week. It goes Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, and Angel Has Fallen. Those will be the three on come up. They're starring Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart, and Morgan Freeman.
And then 4 and 5 on in production.
Yep.
Really? I didn't know that.
I looked it up. Well, I'm sorry. 4 is in production. 5 is in whatever the,
Yeah, there was a whole litigation to it that created this delay, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look forward to it. Before we start talking about all this stuff, let's do what we always do. Oh, no, that's for later. Young at Heart Foundation. It's about faith, trust, and belief. This is a great organization. Remember our good friend Mike out in California. They do great things for kids awaiting medical procedures out there. There's 2 ways you can help out with this organization. You can either, one, become a donor, and at Donate at Life America, here's the register button at youngatheartfoundation.com. The website, more than 100,000 people are waiting for a life-saving transplant. You can help by registering as an organ donor today. The second way that you can help out is by sponsoring a Hope Kit that's 100% tax deductible. They take all the funds and they create these nice little gift boxes or set up some meetings with maybe some celebrities. Real good stuff. And if you want to get in touch with Mike and talk to him about all this stuff, give him a call at 323-396-9998 or email him at info@youngatheartfoundation.com. Next up, Alternatives. This is our home away from home. This is where we do our filming every week. It's run by our great friend Anthony, one of the best comic shop owners in the world. It's located at 870 Violet Avenue, Hyde Park, New York. They have comics, cards, toys, and they offer the Hudson Valley's best selection of comic books. And plus, if you get in touch with Anthony and start a pull list with him, you'll get 10% off on your books. And they bag and board everything, which is beautiful. If you want to get in touch with Anthony, give him a call at 845-233-4234 or email him at alterniverse2@aol.com. And the website is alterniverse.net. They also do card tournaments on the weekends, Lorcana, Pokemon, Magic, whatever you can think of. Give Anthony a call, and he'll give you the schedule for that. To you, YouTube, we have surpassed the 800 mark, and Green Shirt Guy, you can celebrate because we got past 807. Green Shirt Guy was saying he wasn't gonna be happy about it. So your mic is off, Green Shirt Guy. You're muted, Green Shirt Guy.
I wouldn't have felt confident, is what I was saying.
You can feel confident now. We're on a steady trajectory up. We got a lot of new videos out. We got a book haul that I picked up from Carter's Comics and Collectibles in Walden. Great spot right there. New Comic Book Day episode number 88. We're only 12 away from episode 100, which we're really excited about. Phil's Place Part 3 is anime and manga unboxing is there. The Newberg Toy and Collector Show, where me and Cliff had a $30 challenge. You guys can go check that out, or even check out a council conversation. Well, what happened to Mary Jane? That seems to be the biggest one right now. We also have Cliff on Comics. Go subscribe to Cliff's channel. So doing wonderful things, as you can see. He's got a lot of mail call halls here, especially his live shows where he does Cliff's Crisis Quest. Exceptional comic trivia. That's what we have to remember. It's exceptional. It's every Thursday night at 8 o'clock.
I need to humble myself and be dropping the exceptional. We'll see.
It's in the vein of Jeopardy, but it's comic book wise, and it's very, very fun. I was on this past month and I had a lot of fun. Go to Cliff's channel. We broadcast it on both channels, but go to Cliff's channel and subscribe to his channel. And also we have Papa Wheelie, who's at 976. He's only 24 away from 1,000. Let's get him there, everybody. He's got tons of live videos. This says he's live right now. So he's always live. Even when he's going places, he's still live all over the place. But shout out to Papa Willie. Give him a like and subscribe. All right. What did everybody watch this week? Things that are out of the blue that we weren't asked.
I watched Napoleon. I watched Napoleon today. Long.
Okay.
It's all right. It's just really long.
Has anyone else watched Avatar yet? Am I just like alone?
Yes, I've watched Avatar.
The show or the
show, the new
three.
show.
I watched
First
some
three,
of it the other day. I didn't finish it.
First
yet, but I
three
watched some of
avatars I've seen.
I can't. But Phil, if you only got made it to 4, I just need people to make it to 4. So
I'll maybe like tonight. I'll make like you know what, the first two I liked. Like I liked the second one with like Sokka and the girl. Like that was cool where she was like training him, and then like the third one got a little.
and then the
It's
4th
comics
one is
now.
beautiful and it makes you cry. Oh my God.
I got a little sluggish. I was like, I'm gonna read some comics.
no.
I didn't get back to
Papa Willie's like, nah, man. Nah, that ain't happening. I enjoyed it. I told Kamara when we were watching it, I said, this is for somebody who hasn't watched the animated show.
Yeah, which is me.
My suggestion is don't watch the animated show first. Watch this first. So when you go watch the animated show, you'll get a richer experience out of the animated show. You know what I mean? Because they'll go into deeper things that aren't into the show. But I thought it was good for a first season. That was pretty good. They need Toph though. Toph is not in the first season, and but she wasn't in the first season.
She's not in the first season of the anime.
Yeah. So it's going the way it's supposedly supposed to go.
Wait,
What
listen,
I would say-
all the characters and plots that we needed from season 1 all appear, and we get more. We get more of the princess rather than her being a surprise reveal at the end of season 1. She plays a very active role in the live action.
Indeed.
What I would say too is when you do a show like this, and I'm only comparing it to One Piece, and I know they're not the same thing, so just bear with me. You can easily go with the costumes and the facial hair and all that. You can go straight ridiculous really quickly. And anime usually has some ridiculous, but this is believable. Every time you see something, you're like, yeah, okay, it's different, but I believe it. It looks right.
Mm-hmm.
They put a lot of effort in on a lot of avenues on the show. I think it paid off. I've gotten into fights with TikTokers who are like, oh no, this looks like bad cosplay. Like, Avatar or the Last Airbender movie actually had better. I'm like, the F's Last Avatar movie. I'm like, how dare you?
How about Bad Batch?
It's okay
Is it
so
back?
far. I'm not loving the season.
Yeah, Bad Batch is back. They got 4 episodes out.
Dude, not on my radar at all. This is the first I hear of it.
I didn't even know until
Let me-
last week, and I was doing something on Disney Plus, and all of a sudden it was like, it was there. I'm like, what?
Oh my
And I watched
goodness. All right,
Yeah,
that's
like
not a good sign. That is not a good sign.
Not a good sign, like viewer wise, but as far as like what the let me get this thing out of here.
They do
As far
give you
as
a
the
nice
show,
little,
It's pretty good, man.
they
it
give
starts
you a
I
off-
nice little
hope I've been
previously
enjoying
on.
it, but it is not a good sign when this is how I find out and I hear everything throughout the week.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well,
it-
go ahead.
no, I mean, what they do at least in this one, because it's been so long, in my mind anyway, is they give you that nice long previously on. Like,
Yes.
oh yeah. All right, that happened. All right.
Even Kamari was like, "Oh, I'm so glad they did that."
Right, because I'm going. I could have remembered some stuff, but a lot of stuff I'm like, what?
Yeah.
All right.
It's very slow paced.
Well,
The first 4 episodes, but they give you so much. And I will wait till everybody's seen it, but like they're giving you things to make. I know it sounds impossible, but they're trying to make the sequel trilogy better. They're doing things in this that is filling in that gap, and they're doing it very well. And Omega is a big part of that.
The original Clone War, or not the, well, I'm gonna say the original Cartoon Network Clone Wars literally did the same thing for episodes 1, 2, and 3. It was doing heavy duty lifting.
Yeah, the Emperor actually returns in one of the episodes in here, and Mount Tantus was where they're doing all those experiments.
the
they don't-
troopers in there look dope too.
Yeah, and it's
With
not
the
even like
glowing things on the front.
yeah, they look like Halo troopers and stuff,
They
but
do, but they look dope.
they're from an old video game. That design, that's what they brought back in. But there's not a spoiler in this because they don't show you anything. But the Emperor comes and they go to this room and they just look at this thing. They don't show you what it is. They just show the Emperor's face, and he basically tells the guy, "You can have all the resources you want. This is the future of the Empire." And they're trying to get a good, they call M count transfer into whatever they're experimenting. Of course, you know what M count means is midichlorians.
You gotta stop with that midichlorian crap, though. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But they're trying to. It's in there. It's in there. You can't like
Okay.
just But calling it M count, beautiful. I was like, yeah, that's beautiful. Don't get into the midichlorian part. And Omega is a big part to what's gonna happen with that.
Let me ask you this question.
Hmm.
And I don't think. I mean, I hope that it's not what it is. But do you think we're gonna see Tech again?
Yes.
I think so too. Just because you didn't see a body,
There's no body.
right?
He'll come back.
Know when you don't see a body, you gotta hold
I
out.
know, but I mean, you never know. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty far distance to fall.
But you didn't even see the area he fell to.
True, and
You know what I mean?
he cut himself away too, so maybe he knows that.
And Tech is smart.
Exactly. So I'm cool if they give you a good reason why he makes it, but like, I won't be surprised if he doesn't come back either.
I mean, he could be hurt this whole time. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody in the ground found him, and
Right.
nursed him back to care type thing.
Right.
What I think this is leading to the creation of Snoke.
I can
Is
see
what I
that.
think. Is
I
what
can
I
see that.
think. And they're doing it pretty well. They haven't said it was. That's just my feeling on it.
And we're finally seeing Crosshair's redemption too.
Crosshair's redemption is here, although you still can't really.
He doesn't want to admit that it was wrong. That's what it is.
I know, but he's still done some stuff that just makes you think, man.
Well.
I don't know.
Yeah, but Omega's got him wrapped around her finger at this point.
Yeah, that could be his saving grace. All right, I got some news things up here. What do you want to? You tell me what you want to look at. We got Madam Web star Sydney Sweeney pokes fun at Marvel role during Saturday Night Live monologue.
I actually watched that this morning.
Was it funny?
It was okay.
Anybody else interested in this?
It was nothing like interesting enough.
I'm reading
There.
through the ones that are on here, and none of them are really standing out. Maybe the Stranger Things
Scooby-Doo star Matthew Lillard confirms he'll return as Shaggy in upcoming project. He's been doing Shaggy for a minute.
Yep.
Shaggy for a minute. The Marvel star Iman Vellani says she's been assured that Miss Marvel will return.
Okay.
We all knew that. I don't think nobody thought she wasn't coming back.
Doesn't mean she's going to be a major character. It just means she could show up again.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're going to place her not like a character that's meaningless, but she won't be the A-level character. But she will be a character of importance, I feel.
Well, I'm saying, like, trying to think of a. Go ahead. I'll try to think of a character. But there's characters that bounce in and out that might be important to the plot, but don't do a whole lot. You don't see them but for maybe 2 minutes in the movie. That would shock me if they do that.
Dune Part 2 director Denise Villeneuve. How do you say
Villeneuve?
Villeneuve.
I don't know.
Okay. On decision to all blah, blah, blah. All right, yeah, because that came out this weekend. Stranger Things.
Did anybody see it?
See it on Friday.
No, I didn't see it.
I didn't go see it.
Well, I'd like to see it though.
Me too.
I want to see it on the theater. You know what I mean? I want to see
absolutely.
it in that kind of
Oh yeah.
experiences. Because I didn't get to see the first Dune in that experience. So, Stranger Things, season 5 photos. Madam Web passes 80 million worldwide.
Whoa.
80 million.
3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Out what they put into it. So.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Dune on track for 200 million.
Whoa! What did we say? What did you say last week, Phil?
Wow.
No, that's
105,
that's
right?
global. That's global.
Okay.
We were giving numbers
So he said
for
105,
domestic.
but
We said for domestic.
We'll have to get to it.
I don't think he said
I'm
specifically
curious
domestic.
now. Oh, actually, like, what's the crow? The crow. Oh.
Oh man, do they have that?
Did they show that? Is that?
Are you ready
That
for
looks
this?
awful. It's
Wait.
bad.
Are you ready for
No.
this?
I'm not even a Crow fan, and it's bad.
I wonder if they'll show the picture. No.
There he is.
Where's the first look at this guy? Oh yeah, that's him. That's the crow, guys. By the way.
Yeah.
Wait, do they have his picture?
Show the one I saw the other day, where it's.
I'm trying. If I have it here, I'll show it. They don't have
You
it
keep
here.
scrolling past where it says the first look.
We finally got. Will
Click
that
that,
bring us
yeah.
to the first look?
Yep, it should. Scroll down.
Oh, yeah, that's up there.
Oh my god, the
Right there,
tiniest
right there.
look, the first look.
Oh my god! Can you just give me
I
the
hate
picture?
websites.
There he
I
is.
just hate websites.
Yeah, but that's not even the it. Like, if you've seen the full,
the full
The
one's
full
terrible.
picture. I know.
it's bad. None of it's good.
I think that as we go down the rabbit hole, one of these will give us the full pic.
It's bad. And here's the thing. Again, I'm not a big Crow fan. But I don't like that.
This is how you go down the rabbit hole, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think they want to. I think they went back
It's
and
on
cropped
the
all the
internet.
full photos.
Hold on, I'll find that one in the chat, and then you can put it up. Hold on.
I can find it here. Pro image 2024. Come on, really? Pictures of crows?
I found it. Here you go. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
I have it in here.
Messenger. It's in the chat.
Okay.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, what are we doing here?
Cliff, you haven't said a word.
There's nothing to say. I mean, I love him as a person, but this is terrible.
What is going on? Oh my goodness. This is your
That one
2024 Crow,
tattoo
And
people.
the thing
bothers me.
is, someone mentioned it the other day that there are entire teams dedicated to marketing and social media. People are paid jobs to manage these roles. And with all these people, all these roles, the people who manage it, still people thought, yes, this is the image we're going to release to the public.
Well, not even. Here's the thing. Like what you said, you got all these people managing this, right? And you know they do fake focus groups before they even get this far. So these focus groups all said, yeah, we like this. Keep going.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm afraid they have not had a focus group yet because someone needed to keep it real. No one
There's
kept it real.
nothing redeemable about this.
Yeah.
The tattoo with the nipples and eyeball. Really
You just stare at it like, what the hell is going on here? I can't keep my eyes off of it.
I look forward to seeing him in Boy Kills World.
All right.
Not this.
That was the real news there. Okay, The Crow looks kind of bad.
Oof.
Yeah. Let's get into some box office news.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 1 is Dune Part 2 with 81 million domestic.
What you said it wasn't going to make any money.
I said 75 million.
No, you didn't. You said
I did say 75 million.
It was going to be down.
All right, see, this is where I hope people in the chat go to the live, cut it out, and send it to Green Shirt Guy. I know what I said.
That.
I know what I. You know, I'm gonna make a reel just for you.
I'm
gonna cut all these things and then get the
In fact,
answer.
I'm gonna go find it myself right now.
Go ahead, look for it.
It wasn't 75. I know that.
It was 75. Yeah, 81 million. Not 100. So it's, you know what I mean? It's decent.
I was thinking, I thought I saw it go like high, like 125 or something.
Yeah, it's decent. But this is a big budget movie. This is a big budget movie. And of course they got to make a third part, right?
They're already.
Did it do global?
Didn't they film them all at the same time?
No, I don't think they did.
178 global.
All right.
Not bad.
That's a good start. It was only week 1, right?
Yeah. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Let's see what else we got here. Bob Marley, One Love drops 44%, made about 7.5. Ordinary
what a drastic number 2.
I mean, but what did you expect?
Like everybody went to see Dude, and that is like nobody like the rest of this.
Yeah, I'm just
like the Bob Marley movie is not. It's not touted as this huge mega movie.
No, it's not. But it's like this is number 2. Like that's not a movie I expect to be number 2. That's a movie I expect to be number 9. You know?
All right. I'm gonna push the brakes a little bit. This is, from what I hear, is a good movie.
It is good, but it's a good docudrama. Docudramas go low, right? Like
they don't make money. It can't.
Right.
That's not true. What about the last the one about Queen, the Queen singer?
That was lovely.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Break away from the concept, okay? Focus on what I'm trying to say here. In general, these types of movies are much lower. I'm not saying there are no exceptions. I'm just saying in general, they're way lower. Basically, looking at the list, the caliber of what movie theaters are suffering, number 1, but now the caliber of films that we got out there, you know, episode 7 and 8 of The Chosen is number 5. Like you
better pump your brakes talking about things like that.
You can watch it at home.
You better pump your brakes.
The Lord and Savior can come and share with you Bible tales right in your living room. I don't need to go to get the popcorn and the soda for that.
But,
you know?
Okay, you don't. But for people that are going, it's actually no, you're wrong because the chart is right in front of you.
No,
and people are doing it.
Right, they is. And Sam, I didn't say it's not okay to do it. It's just like when I go to see 2 episodes of Doctor Who at a special Fathom event. You know, it is what it is, and I know what I'm doing, and it's fine. But I don't expect that to be in the number 5 position. You know, it's 2 episodes
of Jesus, man.
Yes, Jesus. this is not, again, I'm not knocking Jesus. I'm knocking what we're looking at.
You're knocking on
Pretty much
heaven's door
like,
there,
look
Cliff.
at
Knock, knock, knock.
dude was gonna do like a really good number opening weekend, and then like I guess like the quality of movie has dropped. Like Bob Marley is number 2, and it came out on Valentine's Day.
I mean, come on. Look, Madam Web's beating The Chosen, Cliff. Come on.
Of course it is, because Madam Web, I'm saying Madam Web is awful, and The Chosen, most people can watch it at home, and there's no difference.
You're right,
Dune,
you're
you
right.
need to see in
Why-
the theater.
I think why they're doing it, they're putting it in theaters to make more money. Is this point
Well-
blank? Because you don't need to go to the theaters to watch The Chosen.
Well, The Chosen is on what streaming?
It's on an app.
platform? You
It's
gotta
on
pay
a-
for it, right? So
Yeah,
maybe
like
it's-
you pay for any app.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm saying, well, maybe it's cheaper to go to the theater to watch 4 episodes than to pay for the monthly fee for whatever the thing is.
No, because think about it. They're charging you $10,
$8
right?
and sitting in a heated seat. Yeah.
Well, they charge you $8 to $10 for the app. Now you're going to the theater with 3 to 4 family members. You're spending $160.
okay.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
in that sense, I mean, you get the big screen experience, but like Cliff says, you don't necessarily need that for The Chosen. But you know, they tried it, and hey, now they can say they were top 5 of that week, and they can promote.
And maybe it did something for them. Maybe it helped smaller theaters have something to show, to do something with. I'm just saying, we're looking at, and again, it is March, so we should. I don't know. I just can't remember the last time the top 10 looked this scattered.
I was gonna say dismal.
Yeah,
dismal.
dismal and scattered.
Because think about it, we know Madam Web is a terrible movie. And it
you
also
and I
came out-
especially know, Bill.
yeah, it came out on Valentine's Day also, and it is the number 4 movie still. Like it hasn't dropped to number 5. Like there's
Kenneth Bird-
nothing really out there. I think is like the point.
That's true. Kenneth
There's
Bird
like
said,
dude, and like you. I think this is the year where there'll be like one big movie and like 9 movies that hang around
Deadpool.
for 4 weeks.
Deadpool's gonna be
Deadpool.
great.
Yeah.
Deadpool's gonna save Marvel.
Right.
Deadpool's gonna save movie theaters.
I don't think it's gonna do all that.
I think it will.
You're making Deadpool sound like the Chosen now.
It is.
He is the chosen.
He's
the
Marvel's
chosen
Jesus.
MCU. He's the Marvel Jesus. He said it in the trailer.
Kenneth Bird says sometimes she spent more in the Hunter book. Sometimes she spent about $223 for popcorn. Oh, the necessary stuff to watch the movie. Yeah, we were just saying that before.
Yeah. I mean, look, and that's true, but I'm not talking about these things based on the demographic that technically we represent. I'm looking at these things as just overall societal, like what is happening?
Well, let's flip it and look at it in a positive way. Like these films have a chance to actually have the opportunity to be there. You know what I mean?
The films we care about have a chance, but the dismal reality for movie theaters across the country, it's still.
That's probably how the year is gonna. There'll be
Oh,
one big
yeah.
movie like a dude,
Papa
and then
Willie's
everything's
right.
gonna hang around.
Papa Willie's right. Lionsgate announced the upcoming Michael Jackson biopic for next year. Tough one about Michael. Let me just tell you a quick story about Michael that is a tough one for me. The Bob Marley One Love. The family was on a show, a talk show, and they said that when it came for the rights to Bob Marley's estate and the name, the family was given first right of refusal, which means that the company that owns it was going to sell it, but they had to go to the family first to see if the family would buy it. Then they could sell it to whoever they wanted to. The son says, we went to Michael Jackson and he told us no. He said, I won't lend you the money, but I'll buy the catalog. And I was like, he said he was heartbroken when he heard that. And I was like, I'm heartbroken right now listening to that. You've got how many millions of dollars?
Well, that's
and
debatable.
they're not
That's
even
debatable.
asking further. They're asking for a loan because they're going to make that money back. They're asking for a loan to buy it so that they can begin getting the revenue and pay it back. He wouldn't even loan them the money.
He didn't do that.
Okay,
But like,
but let's remember,
Marley,
this
I
is
think he did it with the
someone.
Beatles too.
Michael Jackson is someone
You're right, Phil.
who befriended
And
a
Elvis
member of the
Presley.
Beatles
Yeah.
by their
so-
catalog.
Yeah. That conversation goes that I think they were on the set of The Girl Is Mine,
Yep.
and Paul was talking with Michael about, you know, owning the catalog to the Beatles and stuff like that. And Michael that night went and bought the Beatles catalog and came back to Paul the next day, like, hey, I bought the catalog. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, because he's an asshole.
That's crazy.
He's an asshole. Who, it's debatable how much money he had on death because he was indebted to a lot of people too.
Baba Willie says
Take
it's
his
show
assets and
business,
sell them.
not show friends business. Yeah, I hear you, Papa Willie.
We can't all be Dolly Parton when it comes to show business.
Oh my God, we could be Beyonce though. Oh yeah, this ain't Texas.
No,
We don't hold 'em.
who steals the Yertle the Turtle or whatever Franklin the Turtle song and turns it into a new song? You saw
Listen,
that?
Beyonce is tearing up the country charts right now.
You
It's
saw that?
driving
that
them
song?
insane.
That song is literally the same tune as a kid's cartoon from Canada. It's the
Right.
opening theme. It's
We
note
love
for note,
simple
it's bad,
stuff.
dude.
We love simple stuff.
Yeah, so
Simple
you
stuff.
steal it and call it your own?
The X-Men did it.
I'm not saying that that's right either.
I'm just saying. You know. I can't sit here and spend time tearing it apart because then with then we got to go back and be like, oh, look at everyone else who was horrible too.
Right? I just love the fact that it's driving them crazy. All right, let's continue on here. Migration, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba to the Hashira
At least
chain.
Demon Slayer has a very popular crowd onto its own. That
It
kind of
does.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's big. I want to see how much Demon Slayer has made so far. 39 million. Not bad, Demon Slayer. Not bad at all. Considering something that probably cost them maybe 10, 15 million to make. Not bad. Wonka's still in the top 10, bro.
Hanging around.
Still in the top 10. Brought about 1.7. Argyle's in the top 10. The Beekeeper in the top 10. Getting that Jason Statham money. Get him that.
That's what I mean. Like,
Drive Away
this will
Dolls,
be like your movie hangs around, and it'll be like one big movie. So it'll be Dune until Godzilla and Big King Kong come out.
Right.
That's the next
it'll
one,
be like
Godzilla and
that
Kong.
one.
Yeah, but that's not to what, June, right?
Oh, there's gotta be something coming out before then.
The Ghostbusters is the end of this month.
Ghostbusters.
Yep.
I'm ready for that.
What's the zone of interest? Because that's up for an Oscar. And I'm trying to watch all the Oscar movies this year.
Up 26%, Green Shirt Guy, and added into 200 screens. This is an Auschwitz Commandant Rudolf Haas and his wife Hedwig strive to build a dream life for their family in a house and a garden beside the camp.
Oh, jeez.
Wowzers.
Okay.
Okay.
Wowzers, wowzers.
So that's the one you got. You watch a comedy after that, so you don't want to go shoot yourself.
Yeah, that one. That's an Oppenheimer, and we need a Barbie to
Right, that's
complement
exactly.
this.
I remember years ago when I worked at Blockbuster, my roommate and I, because you could get 5 movies a week, and so we would pick and choose so we could see them all. We watched House of Sand and Fog and The Girl with the Pearl Earring back to back, and you want to talk about being depressed. They're both really sad movies.
You know, I remember in college I rented 2 movies, and I can't remember what 2 movies they were, but one of them I thought was going to be I know which one I thought was going to be a feel-good movie. I thought, what is it, Dancing Queen or Muriel's Wedding? That's it, Muriel's Wedding. I thought Muriel's Wedding was going to be the fun movie.
Not so much.
No. My friend and I, when we were done, we were so upset. We were like lying, and we were like, oh my God, what do we do now? It's like, do we order Chinese food? I'm like, I think we order Chinese food.
Finishing out this list, American Fiction, 2024 Oscar-nominated short films, Night Swim, Problemista, Mean Girls still up there.
That's right, the musical.
Oppenheimer's still raking it in.
Lisa Frankenstein still up there.
Lisa Frankenstein, great.
Oppenheimer went up It's gone up 252%, and it's gone back into 253 theaters.
Yep.
He
Holdovers, man.
wants that Oscar, baby. He wants it.
He is
Holdovers
making
is
so
great.
much money right now. He is making so much money.
Dude, he already has so much money. It's insane.
Oh my goodness. The Holdovers up for 144%.
Great movie.
In 100 theaters. All of Us Strangers, Origin, Wish, About Dry Grasses, The Teacher's Lounge, The Peasants, Shada.
That's
and
in
They
2
Shot
theaters.
the
What's that?
Piano
That's
Player.
in 2 theaters.
Shada? A young Iranian mother and her 6-year-old daughter find refuge in an Australian woman's shelter during the 2 weeks of the Iranian New Year.
Okay.
All right. It was in 2 theaters.
In 2 theaters.
Shout out to you. You made 10 grand. Shout out to you. And They Shot the Piano Player comes in last. Those are your box office numbers for this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that wonderful?
Excellent.
Daffy.
Dune and a bunch of other movies that's just for there at the theater still. Lingering around like Madam Web.
That time. That time. Gotta go over here. Oh no.
Your microphone's breaking up.
Yeah.
I'm going through a little difficult. All right, there it is. It's back. And then I lost the brand thing. Hold on, I gotta get that back. All right, we're good to go. All right. I'm poor. Leave me alone. I'm poor. It's true. Here we go. Olympus has fallen, ladies and gentlemen. This was your homework for last week. This movie stars
Should
Gerard
you choose?
Butler. Huh? What?
I said, should you choose to accept the omission?
So I went into IMDb to look at Gerard Butler's work
Catalog.
let's say,
Okay.
from this movie going forward. And Anthony gave me a really nasty face when I said it in the shop the other day. But if you look at what he's done since this movie, really not a whole lot, other than these 3 movies. And and I'm not saying this is a bad movie, but it's not great.
This stars Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart, and Morgan Freeman.
I love Aaron Eckhart.
It's
I hate Aaron
directed. It's directed by Antoine Fuqua, who's directed some episodes for Star Wars and TV shows. Angela Bassett is also in this movie. Dylan McDermott is also.
Yep.
He's also in this movie. Rick.
I'll tell you what, as
Yoon
soon as I
with
saw
a
him on
little
screen,
breakout role.
knowing what this movie's about, as soon as I saw Dylan McDermott on screen, like, he's in on it. Somehow I know he's in on it.
This is a Secret Service agent Mike Bannon finding himself trapped inside the White House in the wake of a terrorist attack and works with national security to rescue the president from his kidnappers. All right, question number 1. Do we believe that North Korean terrorists would be able to take over the White House?
I don't think for this type of movie, no. All right, that is
Right.
I'll say
But
what this has.
Watch where I'm going with this, Phil. Watch where I'm going with
Okay.
this. We don't believe that, right? But this film made me believe it.
Well,
That they could do it. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? This film made me believe it. The impossible.
I don't know. I'm just going through all this. Here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Couple things with the whole plot, right? That plane, that huge plane that mows down the 2 F-17s. I'm sorry. Okay, maybe I believe that, but I believe that because the second that they say to him, you need to divert, and he doesn't, they blow that thing out of the sky because they don't know who it is, and it's a military plane. They're not going to take the chance in Washington D.C. airspace to find out. They're going to blow it out of the sky first. Maybe 20 years ago, before 9/11, they would have thought about it. Now they take no chances. That plane's gone. So that part of the plot doesn't happen. The people on the ground, maybe.
It's very true.
I couldn't
That's
couldn't
very
figure
true.
out too what the purpose of the plane was, because I'm thinking the whole time they're going to try and smash it into the White House, and all they kept doing was strafing around and shooting. I'm like, you
Took out the
you don't need to
Washington
keep shooting
Monument
people.
too, right? Did it take out like the Washington Monument, the plane?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it did.
after it gets hit, but like it's just shooting civilians on the ground. I'm like, that's your plot. I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty terrifying, though.
Oh, absolutely, but like I didn't understand
Yeah.
what the idea was.
When the plane was like killing the people on the ground, I was like, "That's believable. That's terrifying, right there." Can you imagine?
Like for
You-
the
to
action
get
of
hit
this
with a bullet-
movie,
Yeah,
it's
to
like,
get hit
it's
with
in
something
your
that
face
round.
too.
That round is like this big.
Yeah, like the action of
Imagine-
this movie has a way of being like in your face and kind of like realistic looking, and
Yeah.
I
I don't
think
know how realistic it actually is, but for the movie it works. You're like there, it's intense, and it's one of those. You're kind of on the edge of your seat through it.
Edge of my seat. Oh my goodness, I can
I
barely
think-
stay awake.
I think visually,
Stop it! It's not that bad.
props
Are
to
you
them for
kidding me?
taking-
This is Die Hard at the White House
Yes,
with
Yeah.
ethanol. That's
Yeah.
what this is.
It
absolutely.
absolutely is, but it's still like I thought pretty fun to watch. But it's like
Yeah, if you take it for what it is,
You don't
yeah,
watch
it's
Die
like,
Hard because you think it's Shakespeare.
yeah.
I think just
Yippee-ki-yay,
personally, I like the fact that they took the risk of destroying part of the Washington Monument, because everyone blows up the White House. Like that's been done so many times. Like I think the first time we saw it in Independence Day, it was like, whoa, somebody blew up the White House, but it's been done a bunch of times now. I think visually it would have been more stunning after it clips the Washington Monument if it, instead of crashing immediately, if it smashed into the Lincoln Memorial and blew up that whole mall. But that's just
By the way, this was written at the time by first-time screenwriters Creighton Rothenberg and Katrin Benedict. I just want to put it out. First-time screenwriter.
hey, they got
Everybody deserves a
but it
shot,
got made.
Cliff. Everybody
But do
deserves
they
a
have
shot.
to copy? Do they have to copy Die Hard for their shot?
Everything's
Why not?
copied.
No,
Everything's
listen.
copied.
I know there are no original ideas. Like I'm not going there, man. Okay, I love superhero films. All right, and
Love
we
it,
all
bro.
know it starts with the same basic crap. But this is straight up. It's like scene for. I mean, it's prettier in a lot of ways, but it is Die
That
Hard.
counts.
Like,
That counts. That it's prettier.
okay, but
It's
also
this
like,
movie produced 2 sequels.
I know because people ate this up. I'm just saying it's not for me. And if you wanted it to be for me, you really needed the president to be shirtless in more scenes. Because I mean, that was the only way you were going to get me.
Unboxing in the beginning it just didn't do it for you, huh?
Oh, it got me in. It got me hyped, but no, it did not carry me the whole way through. It did not carry me the whole way.
Go
I
ahead,
was like,
Jason.
I wish that was our president. I wish. I was like, please, Lord, send us a.
Christian,
I mean-
you gonna say something? Go ahead.
I was gonna say it works for your villain, but that guy knew way too much about the White House. Way too much.
Oh,
Like,
the
stuff-
Secret Service guy, right?
the,
yeah,
no,
Bannon.
The Rick guy.
North Korean guy, the main bad guy. He knew everything. When did they when did they strip
Oh,
out
that
the
was
guts of the
because
White
he
House?
was hiding in the
48 or
wall.
49.
And like he knew about like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
Harry Truman did this to the White House. He's in the wall.
Well, you gonna
And-
blame the villain for knowing stuff?
I'm just
You
saying
can't
he
do
knew,
that.
he
No,
knew
because
too much.
You're right. He
He
knows
knew
so
way
much,
too
and there's no explanation.
Well, he's trying to take over the White House. I think he's trying to know as much as possible.
But like, where did his intel come from? Like,
Correct.
his
Considering he grew up in South Korea.
Like, I would have right exactly if this is his first time here, and you're this intimate with the knowledge of the White House. Like, I would have liked it a little bit more if he had secretly been working amongst the staff for like 2 or 3 years. You know.
He's trying to take
it would've
over
made
the
more
White
sense.
House. He's
Well,
going
he
in
had
intel
he
deep.
had someone that was there though.
And then they were
Yeah, but
feeding
that
him
guy
all the
didn't tell him
intel,
about
the holes in the wall. It's like it's. I can't even do it with a straight face.
The one thing I want to say about the president, it's always funny how they want to make a president. Like, we have never had a president like this in our entire lives. The only person that came close ever maybe would be JFK, but they always paint this president as I love America and everything, and there's just this great person and stuff. Well, we know that's just for history, it just hasn't been true. But they always paint that, and
I'm gonna say this version of a president came pretty close to Teddy.
I would,
Roosevelt.
if we could get a president like this, I'd be really happy. I'd be like, yeah,
Oh,
okay,
I would be
I
so
get it.
thrilled. I was like, oh my God, he
We'd love it.
genuinely loves America. Oh, he's so
Yeah.
big. Oh, he's so much a good family man. He took the death of his wife so well.
Oh, speaking of the death of his wife,
What a waste of my
That-
precious Ashley Judd. She is a
oh
lunatic.
my god,
Still, I
that
love
was heartbreaking. That was
At the
heartbreaking.
beginning of the movie. Like,
Right,
Yeah.
right at the beginning of the movie.
Can
What
you
exactly
imagine
did
that?
they hit?
They dropped something on one of the cars
No. Something
when they were
hit
driving
they
across
hit
the bridge. Something hit the windshield to make
Right,
that.
but what was it?
I don't know. It was
I
too
thought
blurry.
they
They
hit
didn't
a
show.
deer, but you never saw anything.
No, that was that somebody dropped something on him, like from above, whatever it was, and then it spun out of control. Blah blah blah. But that was
Oh, wait a
heartbreaking.
minute, somebody's dropped something on top of him, and we don't get that part of the
It was
story in
such an
this movie?
impact. I don't know. It was such an impact that it caused him to lose the steering.
I'm not. No. I'm not talking about that.
Hmm.
I'm talking about what caused them to even start that whole chain reaction. We're supposed to believe that we don't need to know why that car went off the rails like that. We just walk
Hmm.
away from that like it's no big deal.
Oh, so what you're saying? Okay, I get what you're saying.
Are you telling me if somebody
So it
dropped
wasn't-
something
you
off
know,
the
they-
bridge, we don't need to know why?
Yeah, so it probably wasn't the terrorists. What you're saying?
That's what I'm
Was it
saying.
something else?
I thought they hit a deer, but you never saw something because
Never saw the deer or
like
like I thought it was like a branch hit the windshield or something. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think it was an animal. You're right. Now that I think about it, I thought it was the terrorist people, but I think about it. Like, wait a minute, no, that wasn't the terrorist people. That was something different. But that was heartbreaking. And one of the shocking scenes is when they have them all in the bunker and they're just killing people. Like, right, like, okay, boom, you're dead. I was like, yo,
That's what they would do.
that's mad real.
Here's
You're
the
dead.
thing,
Boom,
and you shoot the vice president right away because it's
boom, off
it's
the
a,
bat.
It's a big shock, and now everyone knows you're serious.
Yeah, and then they
I love
beat
too
up.
when they're talking on the intercom. He's like, "Mr. Speaker." He's like, "I'm like, well, actually, you should be calling him vice president right now." But
And I was so glad when the secretary got to be freed because they beat the mess out of her.
oh,
Like,
here's the thing with that:
she got
when
the
she's getting
mess beat
dragged
out
down,
of her.
she's saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, I was like, all
So
right, come on.
stupid. So bad.
I said, all right, come on, come
So
on
dumb.
now. I'm sure there's a couple things in your file that might interact with all this. So let's not be a saint here.
So bad. She's like, I don't want to say on my tombstone I went out down without a fight. I'm like, bitch, you got smacked around for most of this movie. You might have fought back a little bit at the end. Let's stop.
But I felt bad for her when she was getting like it looked like it hurt. She did
Oh,
some
yeah.
good acting. She did some
Did
good
they
acting
shoot
on
the
that.
Joint Chiefs of Staff guy too? I can't remember.
I
Remember they
don't
got the code from him and then he threw him off. I can't
Well,
remember.
everybody dies except
Whoa, yes,
president.
Right.
everybody except president and the secretary.
Yeah.
Those are the only two that
Because
don't
we're gonna
die.
have a sequel.
Have somebody. Yep.
Yep. Well, Morgan Freeman will be the vice president in the next one.
This is when they throw the flag over. There he is, Mr. President. You know, this was actually what? No, this was like 5 years after Dark Knight. So,
Yeah.
he was an okay president. He was all right.
It wasn't
Um,
terrible. I got why he was telling him to give the code to buy time and this, that, and the other. But he's supposed to be this athletic, rough and tumble guy, and then he gets smacked around a lot too. Like, I mean, come on. It can't be both.
I mean, they had him tied up though. I don't see him doing. I saw what you mean. Like he's telling them to say the code, and it's smart because if I'm not gonna give up the code, they're gonna have to kill me.
Right.
Which was a part of the movie that I was a little confused.
And there's
about.
no reason for them to die.
Yeah, like you don't have to die. I'm gonna die, and then they'll never get it. But when they're so the bad guys activate the nuclears inside the silos, right?
They were going to, yeah.
Yeah. Then the president tells Gerard Butler's character the Cerebrus is activated, and I was like, "But wait a minute, didn't they need his code?"
You didn't think they figured it out?
Well, that was the part where they had a computer trying to figure it out because I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Random
Yeah, that was it was
okay.
randomly like generating. So when they would get a code, they could put it in. But it was also like randomly trying codes, like a hacker thing.
And the guy, the guy in the war room at the other spot was like, "There's no way they could do it. Take them days." And she's like, "Well, no, they only needed one because they got the other two. So of course it wouldn't take as long just to get one."
Girl
How
hacker.
about too throughout this movie that we do see flashes of news coverage of this, and nobody's freaking out. Nobody in the news is like the White
One
House,
of those guys who
at the White House.
One of them was like a real news guy too. Like,
Right.
One of them was a real news guy.
I did think it was interesting too, though, when they started pulling the fleet out and all that. That you saw what something like that would affect the rest of the world. All these other countries are all suddenly involved, right quickly.
Cause like really, yeah, like that was like the build up is like the DMZ was on edge, so yeah, like
they had to pull out all their troops from the DMZ and bring back the 7th Fleet.
Right.
But they had nothing, like the North Korean government had nothing to do with it. Because I don't know. I don't think so. They were saying like, oh, well, whatever messages they were given were like, we have nothing to do with this, blah blah blah. But both sides were preparing for war.
Well, both sides of that conflict are always ready for war. That's the thing. And one of the reasons that North Korea often doesn't attack South Korea is because they know that we'll back them up. So they're like, even they don't
house like
World War
Morgan
III.
Freeman either. Just, the president's a little fictional. Like, we haven't had a speaker of the house like Morgan Freeman.
Right. Morgan Freeman, if nothing else in this movie, when they're saying some of the more ridiculous in movie, tech stuff, when he says it, you're like, all right, it's Morgan Freeman, I believe it. A couple times, I'm like, come, all right, well, Morgan Freeman said it. Okay.
I mean, all he had to act in this whole movie was being taken to a room and then sitting at a table.
Yeah. I did love the fact that we 7 SEAL teams get killed before they decide to pull away with the helicopters.
Oh, that part was with that heavy artillery weapon. That was on top, like they brought.
I was like, why are they trying to fight this thing? Like, as soon as it takes out 2, you got to be out of there.
Right.
Like, you got the 1 in there, and then he's like, pull him out. I was like, you're pulling him out now with the last one in there. What are you doing?
Yeah.
A little bit late now, buddy. And it's just all this, like, all the helicopters got shot down.
All but one got away.
Did it? I thought it crashed.
Yeah, one got away, and then the last one that got hit was the one he fell down the shaft away from. But one of them did get away.
Black Crown Comics in the house was good, my friend. Cliff is so bored. Cliff, it's okay. I said it for you. Well, Cliff has to stick it out because when Cliff gives us his movies to watch, we stick it out. Like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell has Cliff gotten us into
I don't
today?
got words. And also, at least when I choose a movie, y'all got something interesting to say.
We said a lot of
he always has
out
something
here.
to say.
I got nothing. I said everything I had to say. I'm like, this movie is basically Die Hard with better special effects, but a worse plot.
I'm more interested in the sequel now. I'm excited to see what London Has Fallen is about. That's what I'm excited about.
I have no words. It's still on Netflix, by the way, but oh my God, is all I can say.
I just love too that our hero takes about half the movie before he starts picking up the dead guy's guns. Before that, he's rolling around with a 9mm trying to take people out. Dude, you just shot.
Oh, so the whole like attack on the White House. Yeah, he has a 9mm.
Right. And then he's shooting guys with submachine guns. You can't pick one of those up and keep going. What are you doing? I never understand that. Even in video games, when you shoot someone, you can pick up their gun.
I love it. I laugh because it's like we say these things like, did no one think of this on the set?
Right.
But you know, like the part to Dylan McDermott, like spoiler alert, he's like, you know, the treasonous guy, like the guy that helps North Korea get in, and like he tells, like he gives his tell away, so he has to like kill him, like right off the bat, like.
Well, because he knew his name, he was like, Kang's
Dude.
crazy.
Yeah, he's like,
How did you know his name? Right there, I was like, it's on. It's on. Because it was believable, right? It was believable at first when he saw him and he was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing here? I almost killed you." Blah blah blah. It was believable at first, and then as it started to go, I was like, "Okay, you're acting more, more."
The first time I saw him on screen, I'm like, he's in on it. I just knew he was in. Cause I'm like, there's no way he's in on it. He's not. It's not him. It's not Gerard. Gerard Butler's the hero. The other big name actor is this guy. Well, other than the three we see in the poster, the next biggest name is probably Dylan McDermott. So if he's gonna be in it, he has to be a bad guy. I'll tell you who I feel bad for in this movie is the guy who gets to say Olympus has fallen, Cole Hauser. What happened to him?
I thought he was the bad guy.
He's such a
I
great
thought he
actor,
was
and
gonna be the one.
He got nothing out of this movie.
Oh,
I was like, oh, he's not the one.
There was Robert Forrester was in this too, in that room with
Yes, he was great.
Yeah. From Breaking Bad and stuff.
Yes.
All right. So let's get some numbers in for this. Cliff, you're up.
Yeah, I love how you pick me first, so I can sit here and be like 6.
6. Okay. Phil.
That was lower than.
Oh man, you know what? This is like
There should have been more Aaron Eckhart shirtless.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this like 7.5. This was like a lot of fun. I probably even like it enough as like an 8. It's like everything Cliff says is true. It is like Die Hard at the White House, but you take that for what it is. It is still a solid action movie that didn't really hold anything back. It gave you everything you really wanted out of a movie like this. So it's definitely a 7.5, and I probably had enough fun of it that like watching it yesterday. It was like 8 for fun factor.
All right. Papa Wheelie, put your number in the comments. Green shirt guy, what's your
Papa's never seen it.
Oh, Papa's never seen it. Okay.
Never seen it. Remember, he was sick last week, so he's got an excuse.
Crucis liked it though. Like, look
at that.
Really liked it. 8.5.
It is a solid action.
Two more scenes with Aaron Eckhart would have boosted me to a 7.5.
Green shirt guy, what's your number?
I don't know if I can quite get to a 7.5. It was fun. It was enjoyable. This is the your typical summer popcorn movie. Yeah, all right. I'll be nice. I'll give it a 7.5.
Okay.
I was gonna say 7, but I'll give it a 7.5.
Papa Wheelie says a 6, even though he hasn't seen it. He's back in Cliff. I'm gonna say a 7 because it was entertaining. And then it didn't make me pause through anything. It was just straight through, boom, 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 and I like that. So I'll give it a 7. All right, so I think it's averaging around a 6.57. Everybody's totals. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good
for like a movie like this. That's kind of what like.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let me run through.
Averages a council 6.8.
Just because I admit when I'm wrong, you did say 75 million. I looked at
Oh, did I say 75 million? See? Look at that, counsel. He really went back and looked at the video.
I went look, and I admit I was wrong.
That's why I have to. You think I'm gonna give you something wrong, knowing that you're gonna go back and look at the video? No, I will not be proven wrong.
You've been wrong before. Don't
I have been wrong, but you got to prove it.
Okay.
You need receipts. That's what you need. All right. Let's go through the comments.
Best believe here. If I found it and it was wrong, I would be playing.
I know, which is why I knew what I said. Las Cruz says 1971 is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Phil Alien came in the house. Thank you for joining us. Larry Jackson in the house. Thank you.
Very awful movies.
Larry's like, they all trash. I don't know what y'all trash you.
Dale of Suspense is in the house. Dale of Suspense is in the house. Thank you for joining us. C Bizzle, Couching and Slouching with C Bizzle is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Let me get that. Kenneth Bird joined us. Thank you for coming in tonight, Kenneth Bird. Cali Comics was in the house. Thank you for joining us tonight. Canadian Survivalist was in the house. Thank you for joining us tonight. Dun, 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 dun. Black Crown Comics is in the house. Thank you for joining us tonight. Madam is in the house, or Madame is in the house. Thank you for joining us tonight. And that's it. All right. So for next week, your homework, London Has Fallen, part 2 of this Fallen trilogy. So make sure you watch London Has Fallen. Come back next Sunday, 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific, and we'll go over all the film box office news for that week and go over London Has Fallen. Join us tomorrow night at 8 p.m. where we start up a whole new month of giveaways and go over all the new keys and hot comics of the week at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific. We got a nice little something that we're starting off with, and of course we add on to it every week, so you got to make sure. And we found our 2 prize guys. They got their prizes. They just got emailed today for the second user, Paul. We're going to get that out to you, Paul, as soon as possible. So, remember, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. All right. For myself, for Cliff, for Phil, for Green Shirt Guy, for Papa Willie, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we love you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes?